Has life ever felt like, I don't know, a relentless uphill battle, where every step forward just seems to add another rock to your backpack?
Oh, absolutely.
You're rushing from one thing to the next, constantly feeling that knot in your stomach. You start wondering, is this nonstop intensity just normal?
We've all been there, feeling that pressure mount until it really threatens to overwhelm us. It's pretty universal.
It really is. But how do you actually know if the pressure you're feeling is, a healthy motivator pushing you forward, or if it's something more serious, something signaling you need a totally different approach?
And that's the core question, isn't it?
So in this deep dive, we're going to unpack that crucial distinction, between normal everyday stress and the kind that starts taking a real kind of insidious toll on your well-being, mentally and physically.
Right.
Our mission today is really to equip you with powerful, practical strategies, give you tangible tools to navigate those overwhelming moments.
So you can take back control, find a bit more calm, more presence in daily life.
Exactly. It's about more than just understanding. It's about empowerment, resilience.
Definitely.
So let's start right at the beginning, because it's so easy to throw these words around: stress, anxiety, use them interchangeably. But our exploration really reveals a critical difference. So what exactly is stress at its core? And then how does anxiety differ?
Yeah, it's a really foundational question. And when we look at, say, definitions from places like the National Institute of Mental Health, the key difference becomes pretty clear. Stress is typically a response to an external cause.
Okay, external. Like what?
Well, think of a major deadline looming at work, right? Or maybe a demanding boss giving you a really tight turnaround on something. Or even just a disagreement with a friend. Those are all outside triggers.
Right, things happening to you.
Exactly. And stress usually manifests as a short-term acute reaction. It could be a one-time thing, or it might recur if the situation keeps happening. But the defining characteristic, the crucial bit, is that once that external situation is resolved, well, the stress tends to go away. It can even be positive sometimes.
Yeah.
That rush of adrenaline before a big presentation that actually helps you focus.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Or it could be negative, leading to sleepless nights. But it's always tied to that outside thing and eventually it resolving.
That makes a lot of sense. So if stress is that external push, almost like a temporary alarm bell ringing, how does anxiety then, you described it as more internal, how does that really manifest and set itself apart?
Well, that distinction between the external trigger and the internal sort of lingering response, it's really profound. Anxiety, unlike stress, is more internal. It's your body's reaction to stress. But here's the critical part. It can happen even if there's no immediate, clear external threat.
Really? Even without a trigger?
Yeah. It often presents as this persistent feeling of apprehension, maybe unease, or just dread that. It just doesn't go away. And this is vital. It significantly interferes with how you live your life.
Interferes how?
It becomes this constant background hum, Even when the specific external stressor that might have kicked it off is long gone, it's that lingering internal response, almost like your body's alarm system gets stuck in the on position.
Wow, okay. Stuck on. And both of these, whether it's that short-term stress or that more pervasive anxiety, they can really wreak havoc on us, right? Physically and mentally.
Absolutely.
It's not just in our heads. It shows up in very real ways.
Exactly. And regardless of whether it's labeled acute stress or chronic anxiety, they share a surprisingly common set of symptoms, things that impact both your mind and your body.
Like what kind of symptoms?
You might experience excessive worry, the kind that feels impossible to just switch off. Or maybe a general uneasiness that just seems to follow you around. Noticeable physical tension throughout your body is a big one. Debilitating headaches are common too, or just generalized body pain.
And physical signs too.
Definitely. Physiologically, elevated blood pressure is a frequent response. And a significant loss of sleep. That's almost always part of the picture when either stress or anxiety becomes overwhelming. It's your body sending out very clear signals.
Right. Signals we need to listen to. So if stress is a normal part of life and we all experience it, when does that normal stress tip over? Become something we genuinely need to pay serious attention to? Because let's be honest, it's not always easy to tell the difference between just having a tough week and something more concerning starting. Our research gave us some really fantastic examples to illustrate this.
And this raises an incredibly important question for all of us. How do you discern if your body's stress response is within a normal, healthy range, or if it's veering into chronic territory, where it becomes genuinely problematic?
Yeah, how do you tell?
Well, normal stress, often called acute stress, typically happens in short, manageable bursts. Think about that sudden rush you get when you realize you have to sprint to catch a train that's about to leave.
Okay, yeah. Panic.
Right.
Yeah.
In that moment, your heart rate jumps, your muscles tense up, your blood pressure might spike momentarily, but your body is exquisitely designed to handle these short bursts. And crucially, it recovers quickly.
So it bounces back.
It bounces back.
Yeah.
Your autonomic nervous system is built to manage these limited amounts of stress, allowing your body to quickly return to its regular balanced functions once the perceived threat is gone. It's adaptive, it's normal.
Okay.
So let's paint a picture with some everyday scenarios. Things that definitely fall into that normal acute stress category. You might feel those butterflies in your stomach right before giving a big presentation.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's your body preparing,
Right.
channeling nervous energy into focus. Or maybe your heart races and you feel flushed after a heated argument with someone close. It's intense for a moment. Then it subsides as things resolve. Another classic example, squeezing your eyes shut and feeling that wave of anxiety just before a painful injection at the doctor's. It's momentary, reflexive.
Right, you brace yourself.
Exactly. Feeling that surge of tension as you rush through airport security, worried you might miss your flight, totally normal. Briefly struggling to remember facts or articulate something when your boss is being demanding.
Oh, yes. Brain freeze.
That's it. These are all perfectly normal, short-lived physiological responses to immediate pressure, even wanting to just crash and nap after a jam-packed, exhausting day at work.
You've definitely been there.
Or feeling like you've earned a treat, like going out for your favorite meal as a reward. These are healthy, normal ways our bodies and minds react and recover.
Okay.
Or dealing with an unpleasant coworker, feeling annoyed and choosing to avoid them. Unpleasant, sure, but manageable.
Right.
And feeling momentarily overwhelmed or teary when your kid is having a massive tantrum, but then moving past it without it ruining your whole day. Also normal. The key here again is that these feelings are intense for a short period and then they subside. Your system recalibrates.
Got it. Short and situational.
Precisely. Now, chronic stress, that's a completely different landscape. And it poses a far greater risk to your long-term health and happiness.
How so?
This is when you're under an excessive amount of pressure. From various life stressors, could be work, could be home, relationships for a prolonged period. We're talking weeks, months, even years.
Wow. Okay. That sounds exhausting just thinking about it.
It is exhausting. And unlike acute stress, where your body recovers quickly, with chronic stress, your fight or flight reaction essentially stays stuck on.
The alarm bell keeps ringing.
Exactly. Your body doesn't get a chance to return to its regular essential functions, things like proper digestion, stable insulin production, a robust immune system. This constant physiological arousal with relentless overexposure to stress hormones like cortisol, it takes a severe cumulative toll over time.
Cumulative toll. That sounds serious.
It is. It dramatically increases your risk of burnout, chronic illness, and serious mental health challenges.
So can we contrast those normal examples with what abnormal or chronic stress might look like to really see the difference?
Absolutely. Let's revisit those scenarios. Instead of just butterflies before that presentation,
Yeah.
you might find yourself feeling profoundly anxious, maybe physically shaky, for hours beforehand, to the point where you can't concentrate on anything else.
Okay, that's different.
Very different.
Yeah.
Or after a stressful event, instead of just feeling uneasy for a bit, you might actually throw up, lose your appetite completely for 12 hours or more, or feel this pervasive irritability and depression that lasts for days.
Days. Wow.
Consider the doctor's injection. Instead of just bracing yourself, maybe you feel dizzy or faint at the mere sight of the needle. Or you actively postpone doctor's appointments for months because the fear is so intense, so debilitating.
That sounds like avoidance taking over.
Exactly. Or losing sleep the night before your flight because you're just consumed with worry about missing it, or packing, cycling through every worst-case scenario. That's definitely moving into chronic territory. Having a full-blown panic attack, sweating, chest pains, racing heart, can't breathe in response to everyday stressors that others might just brush off. That's a significant red flag.
Definitely.
Another clear sign is consistently wanting to say, drink heavily, rely on drugs, or binge eat after a tough day. These are really unhealthy, maladaptive coping behaviors that ultimately just increase stress.
Yeah, they don't actually solve anything.
Not in the long run. Experiencing migraines or severe mood swings that last all day just from dealing with an unpleasant colleague instead of just annoyance.
Yeah.
That suggests your system is overloaded.
Okay.
And finally, being overcome by pervasive feelings of depression and hopelessness for a prolonged period, or feeling constantly disconnected, emotionally numb towards loved ones, that moves far beyond normal stress. It signals much deeper struggle.
That's a really powerful set of distinctions. So if someone listening is recognizing themselves in those prolonged, severe symptoms, where it feels less like a temporary challenge and more like a permanent state, what's the big red flag? The sign telling us it's unequivocally time to seek help. When do you know it's truly past the point of just needing to push through or tough it out?
That's arguably the most critical question. And the consensus from health and psychological research is pretty clear on this. If you feel like you just cannot manage the stress on your own,
Okay.
and its symptoms interfere with your everyday life, meaning they actively stop you from doing normal things like working effectively, socializing, managing basic tasks, or if they cause you to consistently avoid doing things you'd normally do or enjoy, maybe withdrawing from people or activities.
Right, shrinking your world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or perhaps most tellingly, if these symptoms seem to be always present, that persistent, overwhelming feeling that just doesn't let up even when the external trigger is gone.
That constant hum you mentioned.
That constant hum. Then it's a clear, urgent signal that your stress has moved beyond normal. At this point, it's absolutely critical to address it.
And dangerous not to.
Yes, because this persistent, overwhelming feeling also puts you at a significantly higher risk for developing more serious mental illnesses, like anxiety disorders or clinical depression. So when it profoundly impacts your daily functioning and just doesn't let up, that's your unmistakable signal to reach out for help.
Okay. That clarity is so important. So now that we've clearly identified these different phases of stress, from the fleeting acute kind to the more insidious chronic overwhelm, the next critical step in our deep dive is equipping you, our listeners, with practical strategies, almost like mental and emotional armor to combat it.
Right, the tools.
And we're going to start with maybe one of the most fundamental challenges for modern life: how we interact with our time. We hear time management, and I know I do immediately think of rigid schedules ticking off boxes.
Yeah, spreadsheets and planners.
Exactly. But our insights tell us it's actually a bit of a misnomer. So what are we really managing when we talk about time management? It's not the clock itself, is it?
No, that's a fantastic reframe, and it's profoundly true. You absolutely cannot manage time itself. You get 24 hours a day, 1,440 minutes, 86,400 precious seconds. No more, no less. That's fixed.
Right.
What you can manage, and what true time management is really about, are the events in your life in relation to that fixed amount of time.
Okay, the events within time.
Precisely. It's about how you strategically use those seconds, leveraging skills and, say, self-analysis to understand your habits and energy cycles, effective planning to allocate your resources wisely, careful evaluation of what worked and what didn't, and crucially, self-control to stay disciplined.
Self-control, yeah, that's a big one.
It is. Just like money, time is incredibly valuable and inherently limited, so it needs to be protected, used wisely, and meticulously budgeted. It's less about controlling the clock and more about exercising personal discipline over your choices within the time you have.
And the payoff for mastering this, for really getting a handle on effective time management, it's huge for reducing stress and overwhelm, isn't it? It seems like a direct path to more calm.
Precisely. People who consistently practice good time management techniques often report this remarkable cascade of positive outcomes that directly and significantly cut down stress.
Like what?
Well, they find they're inherently more productive, feeling that sense of accomplishment without the frantic rush. They find they have more energy for work, for personal life.
More energy, that sounds good, doesn't it?
Consequently, they report feeling significantly less stressed, less overwhelmed. This leads directly to enjoying more genuine free time for hobbies, relaxation, connecting with people.
Actual free time.
Actual free time. They get more done. They relate more positively to others because they're not constantly on edge or rushing.
Right.
And ultimately, they just feel much better about themselves overall.
Right.
It's a direct pathway to greater personal happiness and a profound sense of control over your life, which, let's face it, a powerful antidote to feeling overwhelmed and anxious.
Absolutely. So where do we start?
The very first and arguably most crucial step, as our material emphasizes, is self-awareness.
Yeah.
You simply can't manage what you don't understand.
Okay. Know thyself, time-wise.
Exactly. A time log is an incredibly powerful yet often overlooked tool here. For maybe a week or two, or even just a few focused days, if a week feels too daunting, diligently record what you're doing, maybe in 15-minute intervals.
15 minutes. Wow, that's detailed.
It forces honesty. Be honest, be detailed. Then sit down and evaluate the results. Ask yourself, did everything I truly needed to do actually get done? Which tasks took up the most time? Maybe surprisingly so.
Finding the time sinks.
Precisely. Pinpoint your biggest time drains. Crucially, identify when you are most productive during the day. Are you a morning person? Do you hit your stride late afternoon?
Knowing your own rhythm.
Yes. And look at how your time is broadly allocated. Is most of it job, family, personal stuff, recreation? This detailed self-analysis gives you a realistic picture of your current time use. It helps you plan much more accurately and estimate how much time is genuinely available for other things without feeling constantly behind.
That self-awareness piece is definitely a game changer. It's like looking at your bank statement and finally realizing where all the money actually went.
Exactly like that. A bit painful sometimes, but necessary.
Totally. So, building on that awareness, the next strategy is about setting priorities, but specifically distinguishing between what's truly important and what's merely urgent.
Yes. The important versus urgent trap.
Right. Many of us, myself included, tend to let urgent tasks dominate. We jump from one fire to the next, but that's rarely the best use of our energy or the path to actually getting ahead, is it?
You've hit on a core truth there, and it's a profound shift in mindset. This distinction is absolutely critical for gaining genuine control over your time and significantly reducing chronic stress. Experts consistently say the most important tasks are almost never the most urgent ones.
But the urgent ones shout the loudest.
They do. And as you said, we often let them dictate our lives, keeping us in this perpetual state of reaction rather than proactive creation. This is where Stephen Covey's time management matrix becomes such an invaluable, really transformative tool.
The matrix. Tell us more.
It elegantly categorizes activities into 4 quadrants based on 2 criteria: urgent or not urgent, and important or not important.
Okay, 4 boxes.
Let's dig into these quadrants with some concrete examples, because understanding them truly unlocks better time management. First, you have urgent and important.
The must-dos.
Exactly. These demand immediate attention and are crucial. You must do these ASAP. Think: submitting a critical job application by 5 p.m. today, rushing to pick up a sick child from school, calling a plumber right now for a burst pipe.
Braces and hard deadlines.
Right. The fires you absolutely have to put out. Then, and this is where the magic really happens for long-term stress reduction and growth you have. Not urgent and important.
Okay, important, but no immediate deadline.
Precisely. These are vital for your long-term success, well-being, proactive planning. But they don't have a screaming deadline attached. Covey says you should intentionally schedule and defer these until the urgent and important stuff is done.
So plan for them.
Yes. This is where strategic work lives. Relationship building, skill development, genuine self-care. Examples: scheduling that long overdue dentist appointment, replying thoughtfully to a coworker's email about a future project, planning a family reunion for next year.
The things that prevent future fires.
Beautifully put. Proactively focusing energy here dramatically helps reduce the number of important tasks that become urgent later on. It gives you far greater control, cuts reactive stress, and builds that sense of accomplishment.
Makes sense. What's next?
Then we have urgent and not important. These often feel pressing because they demand immediate attention, but they don't significantly contribute to your core priorities or long-term goals.
The distractions that look important.
You got it. The powerful advice here: delegate these. Find appropriate people who can manage them. For instance, helping your son with homework if someone else, like a spouse or tutor, can competently assist. Pulling weeds from the flower beds if a lawn service could do it. Making dinner if it's a shared responsibility and someone else can step up. This frees up your valuable time and mental energy for what truly matters to you.
Letting go of things others can do.
Right. Finally, not urgent and not important. These are typically significant time wasters. Activities offering little value, not contributing to any meaningful goals.
The stuff we know we shouldn't be doing.
Pretty much. The recommendation is simple: delete or drastically minimize them. Examples: endless scrolling on social media, mindlessly responding to every comment, online shopping when it's not necessary, watching another TV episode when you have priorities.
Ouch. Hitting close to home there.
For most of us, recognizing and ruthlessly eliminating these drains frees up a surprising amount of time and mental energy.
So, applying this matrix, A prioritized to-do list becomes key, right?
Absolutely essential. Whether you need a daily, weekly, or monthly list depends entirely on your lifestyle, your responsibilities. But the key is to be careful that list making itself doesn't become another source of stress.
Right, don't make managing the list the main task.
Exactly. The advice is list manageable, actionable tasks, not vague goals or overwhelming multi-step plans. Then rank them by priority. High, medium, low. Number them. Color code. Whatever works for you visually.
The goal isn't just checking boxes.
No. The goal isn't to check off the most items, but the highest priority items. This structured approach empowers you to set clear boundaries. It allows you to confidently say no to things that, while maybe interesting, simply don't fit your core priorities. It's about intentionality, aligning actions with values.
Intentionality, I like that. Okay, so once we know how we're spending our time and we've defined what's truly important versus just urgent, how do we keep track of it all without the planning itself becoming another stressor? Because sometimes managing the tools feels like a whole new job.
That's a very real concern. But the answer is personal planning tools. They are absolutely indispensable here.
What kind of tools?
They can take many forms, really catering to different preferences. Traditional paper planners, digital calendars, phone apps, big wall charts, simple index cards, pocket diaries, even just a dedicated notebook.
Lots of options.
The core benefit is that the act of writing things down, or maybe dictating thoughts and tasks for auditory learners, it frees your mind. You're not carrying the burden of remembering every single thing.
Offloading the mental load.
Exactly. This mental liberation lets you focus your precious cognitive energy on priorities, not just recall. The most important tip, and I can't stress this enough, find one tool that truly resonates with you, and then commit to using it consistently. Don't keep switching.
Find your system and stick to it.
Yes. And when you commit, there's specific practices that make it even more effective. Always record information directly on the tool. Don't jot notes elsewhere to transfer later that's inefficient.
Okay.
Make it a daily habit to review your planning tool. Start or end of the day is ideal. Helps you stay aligned, anticipate challenges, feel prepared.
Daily check-in.
Keep a list of your core priorities within the tool. Refer to it often. It's your constant reminder of what truly matters. If you use multiple tools, maybe an app for work, paper for home, make sure they're synchronized. Avoid confusion, missed tasks.
Syncing is key.
And always have a backup system for digital tools, just in case of tech glitches.
Good point. Disaster recovery for your schedule.
Exactly. And speaking of digital, apps can be incredibly powerful. They usually fall into 4 helpful categories.
Okay.
Time trackers help you gain that honest awareness of where your time really goes. Time savers aim to boost productivity and break time-wasting habits. Task managers assist with prioritizing, organizing, tracking tasks, improving overall management. And habit developers help create healthy routines, like daily planning, that encourage better time management long-term.
So there's an app for pretty much everything.
Pretty much. Explore what fits your style. Another crucial strategy, simply getting organized.
Decluttering.
Both physical and digital. Research consistently shows disorganization directly leads to poor time management. And surprisingly, it strongly impacts perceived well-being. Clutter is a low-grade stressor.
I believe it. It feels chaotic.
It does. So to improve time management and mental clarity, you really need to get organized. A simple method for physical stuff, 3 boxes, or just 3 areas.
Okay.
Label them keep, give away, and toss. Sort items into these. Be ruthless with toss, discard immediately. Giveaway could be sell, donate, recycle. The act of sorting and getting rid of stuff is incredibly liberating. Reduces visual clutter, mental load.
Makes sense. And digital clutter. Email especially.
Huge time sink. Implement an email organization system. Folders, flagging, color coding, whatever works. The goal is to process information efficiently, not just let it pile up. Reduce the mental load of wading through your inbox. Process quickly, move on.
Right, take control of the inbox. And building on that, the next strategy, schedule appropriately, isn't just about appointments, is it? It's about being strategic with your own energy.
Exactly. Effective scheduling is deeply personal. It goes way beyond just blocking out meetings. It requires knowing yourself, and this is where that time log we talked about is invaluable.
Connecting back to self-awareness.
Yes. It helps identify when you're most productive and alert. The smart move. Scheduling your most challenging, brain-heavy tasks for those peak energy times.
Work with your energy, not against it.
Precisely. Tackle complex projects when your brain is firing on all cylinders, not during that mid-afternoon slump. Furthermore, actively block out and protect time for high-priority activities.
Guard that focus time.
Fiercely. Dedicate specific slots, then guard them. Close the door, turn off notifications, let people know you're unavailable. This protected time allows for deep work, real progress, fosters accomplishment, not fragmentation.
Okay.
And don't forget to capitalize on time lost. Those little pockets of waiting, commuting, instead of mindless scrolling.
Use the gaps productively.
Yes. Draft an email, make a list, read an article, listen to a podcast. These small intentional actions add up. Prevent unproductive downtime. Usually, though, limit your scheduled time to maybe 3/4 of your day.
Leave some breathing room.
Exactly. Deliberately allow space for creative stuff, planning, dreaming, just thinking without pressure. It's vital for long-term well-being, problem solving. Prevents feeling constantly boxed in by your schedule. Maintain spontaneity.
That's fascinating. Scheduling unscheduled time. And sometimes the best way to get more done and actually reduce your own stress is letting go a bit, trusting others, delegating.
Absolutely. Delegating is a powerful strategy. Fundamentally, it's about assigning responsibility for a task to someone else, specifically to free up your expertise and energy for higher value tasks only you can or should do.
Identifying what to let go of.
Right. First, identify tasks others can competently perform. Then carefully select the right person. Not just offloading, choose someone with the right skills, experience, interest, and authority needed.
Okay. Choose wisely.
Then be specific about expectations. Define the task, desired outcome, key parameters. But, and this is important, allow them some freedom to personalize it. Bring their own approach. Don't micromanage.
Let them own it.
Yes. Periodically check in, offer assistance if needed, but don't take back the responsibility. Empower them. And finally, remember to reward good work or offer constructive, supportive suggestions if improvements are needed, not criticism.
Support, not just offload.
Exactly. And another way to get help is to buy time.
Pay for services.
Right. Obtaining goods or services that directly save you time. Paying someone to mow the lawn, clean the house, joining a carpool for kids' activities. It directly frees up your valuable time for other tasks or just for rest.
Investing in time.
Often well worth the cost. Reduces your personal workload, associated stress. It's an investment in your well-being.
Makes sense. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room for productivity. Procrastination.
Ah, yes. The great enemy.
We all do it. But what if you genuinely can't bring yourself to even start that daunting task? Are there strategies for overcoming that inertia when the frog feels just too big and slimy to swallow?
Indeed. Procrastination is universal, and you're right, it's a huge source of stress. People put things off for lots of reasons. Task seems overwhelming, it's unpleasant, fear of failure.
All of the above sometimes.
Right. To combat this, one powerful approach is the eat the big frog first method, often attributed to Mark Twain.
Eat the frog.
He famously quipped something like, if it's your job to eat a frog, best do it first thing. If it's your job to eat 2 frogs, eat the big one first. The big frog is that most unpleasant, challenging task you're avoiding.
So tackle the worst thing first.
Exactly. Complete it as your very first action of the day. Get it out of the way. This stops that growing dread hanging over you. And crucially, it gives you a huge sense of accomplishment and momentum early on, sets a positive tone.
Get it done, feel good.
Right. Another effective method is snowballing your tasks.
Snowball.
This involves breaking down large, daunting tasks into much smaller, incredibly manageable segments. The idea is to start by completing tiny preparatory tasks, even seemingly insignificant steps.
Build momentum with small wins.
Precisely. It's a psychological snowball of progress. If the big frog is writing a complex report, a tiny step might be just opening the document and typing the title, or outlining 3 key sections. By tackling these easy pieces, you build accomplishment that propels you forward.
Makes it less scary to start.
Exactly. Whichever method you choose, big frog first or snowballing, try building in a small, meaningful reward system for completed tasks. Positive reinforcement is incredibly motivating. Helps train your brain to associate task completion with positive feelings. Makes future tasks less daunting.
Rewards, I like that. Okay, these are brilliant practical steps. And in our hyper-connected world, we're literally surrounded by distractions. This next point, managing time wasters. It's about really being intentional, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And this strategy is about actively reducing or even eliminating those activities that drain your time without providing significant value. It requires conscious, disciplined effort to reclaim your focus, protect your attention.
A constant battle for many of us.
Let's start with handheld devices.
Wow.
Incredibly useful, yes, but monumental time sinks and distraction machines.
Tell me about it.
To manage them, use voice to text for notes mails on the go, faster, safer. On calls, be mindful of time, avoid small talk, stay focused. Take action immediately after call so tasks don't linger.
Okay.
Impose strict screen time limits. Monitor your digital wellness metrics. Schedule dedicated screen-free breaks. Step away, give your mind a real rest.
Digital detox breaks.
Yes. Next, email. Don't let your inbox control your day, turning you into a reactive machine.
The tyranny of the inbox.
Set specific, limited times to check and respond. Don't react to every notification. Better yet, turn off email notifications altogether.
Bold move.
Try to handle each item only once if possible. Open it. Act, file, or delete right away. Immediately delete junk, unsubscribe from stuff you don't read. Keep address books organized, use shortcuts, rules to sort efficiently. Process, don't just accumulate.
Be ruthless with email.
Then there are unexpected visitors, physical drop-bys, or virtual pings. Schedule face-to-face visits when beneficial. If someone drops by unannounced, politely state time constraints. Offer to reschedule for a specific time limit.
Setting boundaries politely.
And a simple trick for brief interactions. Stand up when someone comes to your door or desk. Subtly signals the meeting will be brief, discourages long chats.
Ah, the stand-up meeting trick.
It works. In-person and virtual meetings can also be huge time wasters. Always know the precise purpose beforehand. Arrive early. Start and end on time, every time.
Punctuality is key.
Prepare a clear agenda. Stick to it rigidly. Timed agenda if needed. Don't schedule meetings unless absolutely necessary. Can it be an email? A quick call?
Questioning the need for the meeting itself.
Yes. For virtual meetings, use recording software or a designated note taker so people can participate fully, not scramble for notes.
Good tip. Finally.
Managing family obligations. Multiple busy schedules. Chaos. Use and sync virtual calendars for easy sharing. Make each family member responsible for checking the master calendar before planning.
Shared responsibility.
Create a central area or app for communications, reminders, announcements. Reduces repetitive questions, keeps everyone informed, alleviates domestic stress.
Getting the family system organized, that's a comprehensive toolkit for distractions. But this next one, avoiding multitasking. This might surprise people who think they're being super efficient doing 10 things at once.
It's a very common misconception indeed. Many people firmly believe multitasking is the path to greater productivity. But psychological studies consistently show the opposite.
Really? It doesn't save time?
No, in fact, the opposite is true. You lose significant time when you try to switch rapidly between tasks. It decreases productivity. Your brain needs time to reorient itself, refocus on the new task. It's called context switching. These switch costs add up. Routine multitasking can also lead to long-term difficulty concentrating, maintaining deep focus. Impacts your ability to engage meaningfully.
So single tasking is better.
The most effective approach is to commit to focusing on one task at a time. Actively clear distractions, turn off notifications. Set aside dedicated, protected time. Give one thing your full, undivided attention. Complete it, then consciously move on.
More focus, less stress.
You'll likely find yourself not only more productive, but significantly less stressed and more present.
So after all these brilliant strategies for managing time, external demands, prioritizing, shutting down distractions, it really comes back to the most fundamental thing, doesn't it? Taking care of ourselves.
It absolutely does.
It feels like the ultimate non-negotiable investment in stress reduction.
It is non-negotiable. The care and attention you give yourself is an incredibly important investment of your time. And ironically, it makes you more efficient in the long run.
How so?
Scheduling dedicated time to relax, or even just to do nothing, let your mind wander. It helps you rejuvenate physically and mentally. When you're genuinely recharged, you find you can accomplish tasks more quickly, easily, with greater clarity, less effort.
Rest fuels productivity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This includes actively monitoring screen time as part of digital well-being, setting clear boundaries around devices, being intentional online. Research shows people who improve digital well-being positively impact their overall quality of life.
So managing screens is self-care too.
Definitely. Tools like blue light blockers help, but a truly crucial step. Setting a nightly cutoff time. Shut off all digital devices. Gives your mind time to truly relapse, unwind, significantly improves sleep quality.
Protecting sleep.
Unfortunately, that vicious cycle of poor time management and excessive screen time, it directly leads to chronic fatigue, persistent moodiness, even more frequent physical illness. Your body is constantly strained, not repairing.
It all connects.
So to truly reduce stress and reinforce positive habits, always remember to reward yourself for time management successes. Take a moment, genuinely recognize you've accomplished something major, navigated a challenge effectively before rushing on.
Acknowledge the wins.
Yes. This practice reinforces the positive cycle, acknowledges your effort, encourages you to keep nurturing yourself.
Fantastic. So beyond these external strategies, time, environment, our sources offer powerful ways to manage our minds and bodies from the inside out. Mindfulness is a term we hear constantly. What exactly is it, and how can it specifically help combat stress?
Right. Mindfulness is a type of meditation where the core practice is focusing on being intensely aware of what you're sensing and feeling, right here, right now, in the present moment. But crucially, without interpretation or judgment.
Aware without judging.
Would involve simple breathing methods, maybe guided imagery, other practices designed to relax the body and mind.
Yes, sir.
This directly reduces stress. Think about it. We spend so much time planning, problem solving, worrying about the future, dwelling on the past.
The mental hamster wheel.
Exactly. It's incredibly draining. Leads to chronic stress, anxiety, depression, because the mind is constantly racing. Mindfulness helps consciously direct your attention away from that exhaustive overthinking. It brings you into engaged, non-judgmental awareness of the present. It anchors you.
Anchoring in the now, what are the proven benefits?
They're robustly clinically supported. Numerous research trials worldwide show it's effective for chronic stress, generalized anxiety, pain management, depressive symptoms, insomnia, even high blood pressure.
Wow, quite a list.
Preliminary research also suggests benefits for inflammatory conditions like asthma, fibromyalgia, by reducing the body's stress response. Beyond symptoms, meditation, including mindfulness, also improves sustained attention, decreases job burnout, enhances sleep quality, and can even aid things like diabetes control. It's truly holistic.
That's compelling. So if that's what it is and what it can do, how do we actually do it? Is it simple? Does it always involve sitting cross-legged for hours?
Absolutely not. While formal practices exist, there are many simple, accessible ways. It's about bringing conscious awareness to ordinary moments.
Like what?
One way. Simply pay attention. In our busy world, it's hard to slow down and truly notice things. Try consciously experiencing your environment with all your senses: touch, sound, sight, smell, taste.
Engage the senses.
Yes. When eating a favorite food, don't just wolf it down. Truly smell it. Savor each taste. Notice the texture. Fully enjoy it. Another key. Live in the moment. Intentionally bring open, accepting attention to everything you do, however mundane. Find joy in simple pleasures: a warm cup of coffee, sunlight on your skin, the sound of rain.
Appreciating the small things.
Also, accept yourself. This is profound, often challenging. Treat yourself with the same kindness and compassion you'd offer a good friend. Be gentle with your inner voice, especially when you feel you've messed up.
Self-compassion. Important.
And a very quick, powerful technique. Focus on your breathing. When negative thoughts arise, just pause. Take a deep, conscious breath. Close your eyes if you can. Focus solely on your breath moving in and out. Notice the sensations. Even just 1 minute can help calm your nervous system. Direct attention away from stressors.
A 1-minute reset.
Exactly. For those wanting more structure, there are specific exercises. Body scan meditation. Lie comfortably. Slowly focus attention on each body part, toe to head, noticing sensations without judgment.
Okay.
Sitting meditation. Sit comfortably, back straight, feet flat, hands in lap. Focus on nasal breathing. Thoughts interrupt. Acknowledge gently. Return focus to breath. It's a practice of gentle redirection.
Gentle redirection.
Walking meditation in a quiet space. Walk slowly, focusing entirely on the experience of walking, standing, balance, movement, feet on the ground. Turn, continue, maintaining awareness.
So different ways to practice. For someone wanting to really see results, make it stick. How often should they practice?
It depends. Those simple, informal exercises, savoring food, mindful walking, 1-minute breathing, can be done anywhere, anytime, whenever you remember. Research even suggests outdoors is especially beneficial for these quick moments.
Nature helps.
It does. For structured meditations like body scans or sitting, you need dedicated time, a quiet place without distractions. Early morning often works well, setting a calm tone. To see profound, lasting benefits, studies suggest aiming for daily practice for about 6 months.
6 months for it to become effortless.
Over that time, yes, it often becomes less of a task, more integrated. It becomes a commitment to reconnecting with and nurturing yourself, a lifelong skill.
A powerful commitment indeed. Another profound tool mentioned, one that brings in a tactile, expressive element: journaling. This isn't just for teenagers.
Far from it. Journaling, essentially keeping a diary to explore thoughts and feelings, is incredibly effective for stress relief. All ages, all stages.
How does it work?
It can be done consistently, daily, or even sporadically, especially focused on gratitude or emotional processing. The beauty is its flexibility. Accessibility, pen and paper is all you need. Less expensive than many techniques. It's a completely personal, private space for unfiltered self-exploration. A safe haven.
What are the actual tangible benefits? It sounds simple, but the impact seems profound, both emotional and physical.
The benefits are indeed both and rigorously scientifically proven. Emotionally, it's like talking to a trusted friend, a way of venting, getting things off your mind without judgment. You can pour your heart out, express frustrations, even do rage writing. Very cathartic, healing.
Getting it out.
It helps clarify jumbled thoughts, feelings, leads to valuable self-knowledge, insight into your patterns. It's also a powerful problem-solving tool. Hashing issues out on paper often helps you see connections, find solutions more easily than just thinking.
Writing clarifies thinking.
It can specifically relieve depression by helping you recognize and stop negative thought patterns. Rumination, replaying negative events. You can consciously reframe distressing thoughts with more constructive perspectives, reducing anxiety.
Reframing.
It helps process traumatic events by exploring and releasing trapped emotions, preventing intrusive thoughts or nightmares. You can practice acceptance of negative emotions, feel them without judgment, which paradoxically reduces their power. And gratitude journaling specifically helps focus on what you have, building positivity and long-term resilience.
And the physical benefits, you mentioned those too.
Quite remarkable. Just as stress activates fight or flight, journaling can activate the rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system, promotes calm, and helps regulate breathing, blood pressure, heart rate. Leads to clearer thinking, a settled physical state.
Wow, mind-body connection again.
Research shows it can reduce sick days, decrease subjective pain, lessen symptoms of inflammatory conditions like asthma, rheumatoid arthritis, strengthen the immune system, improve coping with illness, a truly powerful holistic tool.
That's incredible. Almost sounds like a miracle cure. But what if someone finds writing difficult, maybe a learning disability, or they feel it has to be perfect, which becomes stressful?
Absolute valid concerns. Sources address these. Learning disabilities can make writing a chore. Perfectionists might get caught up in readability, penmanship, instead of accessing thoughts and emotions. Others just get tired hands.
Right.
Also, a potential pitfall. If you only focus on negatives without exploring solutions or gratitude, it can sometimes increase stress by just rehashing problems.
So how to avoid that?
The key is to always end sessions with thoughts about potential solutions, things you appreciate, sources of hope. Ensures a balanced, constructive process. Promotes growth.
Ending on a constructive note. Got it. So given those challenges, what are some different, maybe less intimidating ways to try journaling? Find an approach that works.
Many approaches. Find what resonates. It's personal fit, not one size fits all. Free writing is great if you don't know where to start. Pen to paper, fingers to keyboard, write whatever comes. No worry about grammar, organization, spelling. For your eyes only.
No pressure.
Stick to a subject or let it wander. Use prompts if stuck. Biggest challenge today, emotion I feel most. Gets the flow going. Gratitude journal. Highly effective. Daily lists 3+ specific things you're grateful for. Builds positive mood, counters negative bias, fosters resilience.
Focusing on the good.
Emotional release journaling. Write about emotional responses to daily events. Process difficult feelings, explore acceptance, reframe positively, or use it to savor positive experiences, expand on good feelings, build a positivity reservoir.
Processing or savoring emotions.
Finally, bullet journal, personal planning journal. Some simply track tasks, goals, memories. Bullet points, lists, symbols. Writing things down unclutters the mind, helps remember what's important, promotes organization, balance, significantly relieves mental stress.
Different styles for different needs, and does it have to be daily?
Consistency helps build a habit, but doesn't have to be daily. A few times a week is highly beneficial. Even journaling on an as-needed basis when overwhelmed, need to process something specific, still brings significant benefits. Fell off the wagon? Don't feel guilty. Any day is a good day to restart. Just pick up where you left off. The benefits await.
That's encouraging. Okay, those are truly holistic tools. So beyond time management, mindfulness, journaling, what are some other immediate, actionable ways to relieve stress? For those moments you just need a quick reset.
Our sources offer a wealth of practical tips for immediate and sustained relief, focusing on both mind and body, easily integrated. First, and profoundly effective. Get active.
Move your body.
Almost any physical activity acts as a powerful stress reliever. Movement pumps up feel-good endorphins, natural neurochemicals, boosts well-being, refocuses your mind on body movements, improves mood, helps irritations fade. Walk, jog, garden, clean, bike, swim, weights just move. Even 10 minutes makes a difference.
Short bursts count.
Secondly, eat a healthy diet. fundamental self-care, fuel for body and mind. Focus on fruits, vegetables, whole grains. Nourish your system. Maintain stable energy. Complementing this, avoid unhealthy habits.
The quick fixes that backfire.
Exactly. Be mindful of excessive caffeine, alcohol, smoking, overeating, illicit substances. Temporary relief maybe, but the increased stress long-term harm health, create more problems.
Got it. What else?
Simple, yet incredibly powerful. Laugh more. Humor can't cure everything, but laughter absolutely lightens the mental load, causes positive physical changes, fires up director, then cools down your stress response, leaves you relaxed with renewed perspective.
Find the funny.
Read jokes, watch comedy, spend time with funny friends or family, seek out humor. Next, connect with others.
Don't isolate.
Resist that urge when stressed or irritable. Actively reach out to trusted family friends. Social connection is a fantastic stress reliever, offers distraction, crucial emotional support, helps navigate ups and downs by sharing the burden. Quick coffee, phone call, email makes a difference. Volunteering helps too. Help yourself by helping others.
Connection is key.
Also, learn to assert yourself. You can't do it all, be all things to all people, without paying a price. Learning to confidently say no when full or delegating is crucial for managing your list and stress.
Healthy boundaries.
Crucial. Everyone has limits. Saying yes to everything seems peaceful, but leads to inner conflict, chronic stress, resentment, burnout. Your needs come second. Remember, you are a priority in your own life.
Prioritize yourself.
Consider trying yoga. Postures, movements, focused breathing, popular, effective stress reliever. Brings together physical and mental disciplines. Promotes peace, deep relaxation, eases stress and anxiety. Hatha yoga, often noted as good for stress, slower pace, emphasizes breath, gentle stretching.
Yoga for calm.
And perhaps most fundamentally, get enough sleep. Stress severely disrupts sleep. When you have too much to do, think about sleep suffers first. But sleep isn't the luxury. It's when brain and body recharge, repair, process.
Non-negotiable, like you said.
Most adults need 7-9 hours quality sleep. Affects mood, energy, focus, overall function. Struggling. Establish a quiet, relaxing bedtime routine. Soothing music, cool, dark, quiet room, devices away well before bed, regular schedule, even weekends.
Sleep hygiene, vital.
Finally, get musical and be creative. Listening to or playing music. Fantastic stress reliever. Powerful mental distraction, lessens muscle tension, lowers stress hormones like cortisol. Let your mind be absorbed.
Lose yourself in music or hobbies.
If music isn't your thing, turn to another hobby you enjoy. Anything that absorbs focus away from worries allows creative expression. Gardening, knitting, reading, sketching, whatever works. These intentional breaks for creative engagement are vital for mental, emotional restoration, stress reduction.
Wow, a really rich toolkit there. Okay, we've explored so many proactive strategies: time management, mindfulness, journaling, activity, connection. But sometimes, despite our absolute best efforts diligently applying these, the stress or anxiety just doesn't let up or reaches a level that feels truly unmanageable. So when do we know it's truly time to seek more professional help? What's that definitive threshold?
This is an incredibly important point. Recognizing this threshold is absolutely crucial for long-term well-being. Everyone experiences stress, that's normal. But if you're consistently struggling to cope, or if the symptoms of your stress, first, interfere profoundly with your everyday life, stopping you from working effectively, socializing, managing basic tasks. Second, if they cause you to consistently avoid doing things you normally enjoy or do, leading to withdrawal.
Shrinking your world again.
Exactly. Or third, and maybe most tellingly, if these overwhelming feelings seem to be always present. That pervasive, persistent feeling that doesn't subside even when the trigger is gone.
That constant hum.
Then it's a clear, urgent signal. Your stress has moved beyond normal, requires deeper intervention. This persistent inability to cope, combined with specific signs like hyperalertness, chronic sleep trouble, significant appetite changes, persistent headaches, withdrawing from loved ones, relying on substances, all indicate a pressing need for professional support.
Your body and mind are calling for backup.
They are. Signaling they need more than self-help, they need specialized assistance.
That makes the urgency very clear. When we hit that point when self-help isn't enough, what kind of professional help is available? Where do we turn?
Your first crucial step can often be talking to your GP, your general practitioner, or another trusted health professional.
Start with your doctor.
They can do an initial assessment, check for physical signs, potential underlying medical issues contributing, and importantly, refer you to appropriate local health professionals for specialized support based on your needs. They're your guide.
Okay. And what kind of specialized support?
One primary, highly effective option is therapy or counseling. Psychotherapy, talk therapy. A common, very effective approach for chronic stress, anxiety, depression is cognitive behavioral therapy.
CBT.
In CBT, a skilled therapist works collaboratively with you. You identify and then systematically alter negative thought patterns and maladaptive behavioral responses linked to your stressors. It's practical, goal-oriented.
Changing thoughts and behaviors.
Uses evidence-based techniques like cognitive restructuring, challenging unhelpful thoughts, and behavioral activation, encouraging positive activities. Helps you develop specific, tangible tools, coping mechanisms to manage reactions to stress. Vital for preventing burnout, regaining agency.
Tools for managing reactions.
In some situations, when symptoms are severe, debilitating, significantly impacting daily life, a medical professional might recommend medication as part of a comprehensive plan.
Medication might be needed.
A psychiatrist might prescribe antidepressants for underlying anxiety or depression linked to chronic stress, or maybe sedatives for severe chronic sleep difficulties. Other interventions haven't resolved. It's important to remember many people benefit significantly from a combination of therapy and medication. They can work synergistically.
Addressing symptoms and underlying patterns.
Exactly. The ultimate goal is always finding the treatment approach or combination that works best for you. Helping manage severe symptoms, incorporate effective ways to relieve stress from daily life, allowing you to regain control, well-being, and ultimately joy.
Finding the right support mix. And for those incredibly difficult moments when distress feels immediate, overwhelming, when thoughts become really dark, it's vital to know where to turn right then and there.
Absolutely. If you are in immediate distress or having thoughts about hurting yourself, please do not hesitate for a second. Reach out.
Where?
You can call or text the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988 or chat online at 988lifeline.org. These are available 24/7. There are also specific helplines like Men's Line Australia at 300-789978 and Kids Helpline at 1-800-55-1800.
Resources are available.
The key, vital message is this. You're never alone in these moments. There is always support available. Please reach out. Help us just a call or text away.
Thank you for sharing those vital resources. We've just navigated a really comprehensive deep dive into understanding and managing the profound impact of stress. We've unpacked those crucial differences between normal and chronic stress, giving concrete examples to recognize the signs.
Knowing the difference is key.
We've explored how mastering your time well, your choices within time, can be a powerful shield against overwhelm, offering tangible strategies from Covey's Matrix to managing those pervasive time wasters.
Taking back control of your schedule.
And perhaps most importantly, we've armed you with a suite of daily mind and body tools, from the peace of mindfulness and the catharsis of journaling,
Powerful internal tools.
to the simple, incredibly effective joys of laughter, movement, and genuine human connection.
As you integrate these insights into your life, maybe consider this provocative thought. If intentionally managing your time, practicing self-care, cultivating mindful presence, if these things can profoundly reduce stress and significantly improve your well-being, what hidden reserves of creativity, deeper connection, pure joy might you unlock? Simply by giving yourself that gift of presence, protection from the relentless demands of the urgent.
What life could you create?
What kind of life could you truly create when stress no longer holds the reins?
That's a powerful question to leave our listeners with. We truly hope this deep dive has offered you not just valuable information, but genuine inspiration. Inspiration to navigate life's pressures with greater wisdom, resilience, and, well, a profound sense of self-compassion.
Be kind to yourself through it all.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and please keep prioritizing your well-being. Until next time, stay curious, stay present, and take great care of yourselves.